100k, I believe. Like I said, there's a frame rate drop on my computer, and my computer's not slow. It's very, very beefy. All right, Bant manipulation here. This is a deck that's existed around the fringes of the format for a little bit. They did at least fix the audio bug, so that's nice. This deck generates lots of mana to get to things like Nissa, who shakes the world very quickly, as well as giant Hydroid Krasis. One thing this build of this deck is doing is it's playing a bunch of copies of Lotus Field here as a way to accelerate alongside Kiora or Blossoming Dryad. Both of these cards untap a permanent, so with Lotus Field in play, these cards both make 3 mana, which is nice. We have Elvish Reclaimer to help us find those Lotus Fields, as well as utility lands like Memorial to Genius and Field of Rune. One concern I have with this list looking at it is that Kiora is just a mana creature. So if you look at this deck, let's sort this a little bit here. I basically have 10, this is 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have like 21 cards down here that just help mana. And then there's 26 here. So this deck is effectively 47 pieces of mana, which is a lot of mana. So I would not be surprised if we have some traditional ramp deck problems. Kiora draws 1 million cards with Finale. Hot take. If your Kiora is drawing cards with Finale, you're probably killing them because you just made 60 power with 1 card. And sometimes, I guess, your Finale can get swept away by a Kaya's Wrath, but outside of a sweeper, your Finale making that much power wins the game on the spot. Well, so the idea of this build of manipulation is specifically centered around Kiora, so we're not going to replace her. So the idea is you can use Kiora and the Blossoming Dryad to make extra mana with the Lotus. And this was a similar problem to what we had when we played something similar to this on Monday. It was a Bant manipulation deck, and it was trying to play ley lines in it, and we ended up just like having too much mana and not enough threat density to do anything with it. Sure. Hey, Tug, thanks for the 3/4 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Pride Mate, eh? Oh, combo! Look at that. Watchwolf is terrifying. Well. Well. Do I just like cast this Krasis for X's too? I think I do. I got so many bombs in my hand. I think that's a great design space to explore, Waferlord. I agree with your conclusion. I think it's interesting and meaningful. Who feels dead? Anybody else? Anybody else? Just me? Just me?
Leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Oh, I love them all.
Alright, we're blocking because if they gain a life, we're actually dead. Yep.
Let's get moving.
Well, I mean, can you really call this new format exists because we're obligated to have it exist so your cards are still technically worth something instead of doing nothing but no one's gonna bother to play at launching? Like there'll be a historic item in the drop down in the fall, but I feel like calling that a launch is disingenuous. It's not really a launch so much as it's an addition that many people will struggle to care about. Because there's no compelling reason to play it. The only people that'll be really interested in historic are people who are in love with this existing current standard format, or people who can't afford to keep up with continuing to play standard but still want to play some amount of arena. Stormcrow, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Just bring in some removal to try not to die. This historic will literally be this standard format. And we don't have a good measure on like if that's a really good thing or a bad thing until we know how this format shakes out. Like maybe this format is meaningfully different from last season. It's probably not, but we don't know that for certain yet. Infinite Furia, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your weekend. You could have played Nissa, untapped a Temple Garden to make 2 mana, then minus Kiora to untap a land to make 2 more mana, then promise X's 2 to live, and then made 14 mana the following turn, X's 12 to make angels. Maybe? Does that guaranteed work? Okay, yeah, I think you're right, Zanman. I think you're right. That sounds like it works. I mean, okay, so anybody who's not familiar with software development, the people who are saying it's likely low effort for them to include sets they already have programmed, I agree with that sentiment. The people who are saying it would be no effort for them to include sets that were in previously, that's not strictly true. It is by no means a guarantee that just because something worked previously means it still works. Unfortunately, that's not how software works. And if the fact that we just had a set release where people literally couldn't log in and play Arena for almost 7 hours due to a simple release patch, like the code base might be more MTGO-like than we were led to believe at the start. It might actually just be another spaghetti mess of WotC development. What's going on, Root Samurai? Thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Fastness is pretty good. Hey, what's going on, Hammy? So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pretty not bad, Dutch APG. Mayhem Devil is real good. Yeah, Chandra just works really elegantly with a lot of the different things going on in that deck. Lotus Field has Hexproof, so you can't Field of it. I think on the draw, I'd rather have Deputy of Detention than Mass Manipulation. This, even if they kill this resets their Pride Mates, which is nice. Maybe I only want 2 of them. Let's do that. Yeah, I think Zanman was right that I missed surviving and getting a big... I missed the ability to survive and get off a big one. I think the Sorin might still have killed us in the previous game. I'd be very surprised if they ever plan to introduce a macro recorder style thing to Arena. That would surprise me. Alright, I think I get rid of the Grazer here. Yeah, we've played Kiora and Grixis before on stream, I believe. If I recall correctly. I agree that she's very reasonable. She's really sweet with Rekindling Phoenix. That cat comes back again and again and again. I assume we're losing Finale here since I got a pair of Kioras. It's our only payoff card at the moment. It's a good draw. Carpal Tunnel's the price you pay for Plague Solitaire. Well.
I'll show you Dry Walker something truly spectacular.
Maybe I'm just supposed to Deputy their Angel there. I could see that. Brutal. I like how there's so much complaining about the mastery system. Watsy's just like, please come back. We'll give you free stuff. We'll put that code in after. Thanks for sharing it. Brought back. Who are we bringing back? Who is brought back? The people that were upset? Wow, they have temples and life gain lands? Alright, well, we've got lots of mana. This Reclaimer's gonna get to jump up to a 3/4 this turn and find a Lotus Field, which is nice. This is gonna start spiraling out of control, so we need to find a payoff really soon here. Please attack me. Please attack me. Rats. They saw the line, chat. They saw the line. Do 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 boo boo. So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 11 mana right now. Red Rover, let Pride Mate come over. For further record, the way the mastery system works, if it makes you log in every day, I think systems in general that make you log in every day are predatory, especially if it's a system that you paid them extra money to have access to. Like, if someone's paying you money to get a bonus, you should allow those people to be as flexible as possible with that. Because they paid you money. Giving people a bad user experience with something they paid you for is just like terrible business 101. So, that's not bad. Doing pretty good at this ramp deck thing today, chat.
One drop ripples and grows.
So 3, 6, 9. Damn, she's fine. Do 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 do. Be-da-do. Oh, I drew double green cards. That's awkward. That's awkward. Probably a lock from here. I guess that's not true. Did they hit the removal spell for the Krasis? My board's not that good left over. I left up a mana because paying an extra mana didn't give me an extra card, and I just neglected to make it a green mana so I could cast these things, so that was a mistap. Yeah, but they were gonna gain enough life, and I'm pretty sure their Sorin just killed me, Zan. Hey, Zeph. I'm glad you're enjoying the Aristocrats deck. Hope your Friday is finding you well. Thanks for keeping me around. Sure, so the Sorin put me to 5, and then the Angel put me to 2, and then the following turn, so they just have to survive 1 attack, which probably means I lose, right? Because they could probably survive 1 attack with all the life gain they've made. Yeah, Elvish Reclaimer, honestly, has been a card I've been kind of impressed with. We played it in Groll Blood Sun the other day, and it was pretty good there, too. Like, the fact that Reclaimer finding Lotus Field makes a single activation turn it into a 3/4 feels really strong. And it also gives you random utility for finding things like Memorial to Genius and other stuff like that. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't care. We're probably gonna win the match anyways. Yeah, I agree with McGee. A lot of the decisions Wizards of the Coast has been making surrounding Arena feel like they're intentionally making decisions that either ignore or explicitly hurt long-term players for the sake of short-term profits. I subscribe to the extremely flexible user experience that Hooklandia has to offer. How do I turn on my stream chat Firecat? I'm not sure what that refers to. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the Seraph here. Hey, Rakanarax, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They're doing the exact same thing as Blizzard Entertainment. That can't possibly be bad, right? Right? Nobody knows. Yeah, the auto tapper had to do that. If I don't have any other blue or white. Let's put Code Brought back in and get my free XP. Look at all of our experience. Ooh, unplayable Sorin. Ooh. 1 dopamine, please. Yeah. Oh, gems. Hey, look at that. We got 2 playable uncommons. Code brought back. Yep. Yep, and they definitely have plenty of time to turn it around, but like the fact that so I feel like Wizards of the Coast with the decisions they've been making in like the last 3 months is so a big part of, in my opinion, why Arena was able to pick up so much popularity when it hit open beta was because Hearthstone and Blizzard had been making like silly decision after silly decision after silly decision that kind of alienated their player base. And I feel like Wizards is kind of doing a similar things with Arena right now, between like the performance issues and not giving us a reasonable historic format and stuff like that, and like Team Fight Tactics and Underlords, these auto battler games, are in a similar position right now that Arena was in last year, which is that this company's making decisions that push players away, and like there's this other competing product that very directly appeals to those same types of players. Hey, Mad Dad, thanks for the 2 months. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's all really wild. Main deck Negate's interesting. We'll go Druid, Reclaimer, drop the field, sack these forests. Hey, I mean, that main deck Negate counters Teferi, so, you know. Hey, Irasa, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. My opponent and I are currently tied, yes. We're playing for rank number 121 dominance. Oh gosh. Are they playing Wilderness Reclamation? Yikes. Rawr. I'm the king of the ramp, the king of the ramp, the king of the ramp. I mean, that's a finale of glory. I could like make my Timmy play and then die because and then die because I get comboed. So I'm not doing anything else this turn because I want to be able to activate this Field of Ruin. They have Quench in their deck too. Yikes, that could have been a disaster. So this could possibly flip over, and if it flipped over, I wanted to have Field up. Timmy play, then die. Sums up 80% of my EDH games. Yep. Do I get another turn? I get another turn? Look at how benevolent our opponent is. I appreciate your opponent. Thank you for giving me this, the gift of another turn. Not that I can really do anything meaningful with said other turn, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, really. Okay. All right. Oh, no. Yeah, produce 1 mana of any type. It doesn't say any color. So Incubation can make colorless. If you have a Wingding mana, Incubation Druid will make Wingding mana. Yeah, any type versus any color is the important distinction there. They have another search for Azcanta. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they have another search for Azcanta, chat? I don't have another Field of Ruin. I only have one. I mean, I honestly don't even know that they needed it, because, like, they were gonna be able to just, like, attack me a couple of times with the Krasis. I probably don't mind Prison Realm if they're on Krasis. What do I want to cut here? We have done the finale thing at least once. What am I cutting here? Am I just cutting more pieces of mana? I feel like I just want to cut more pieces of mana. Maybe knock a couple of my X spells down. Yeah, no worries, Sandohawk. It's real bad. When we don't care about a rank. When we're mostly dead, we pack it in. We could cut a land because we brought in Blast Zone. That's fair. I miss the first season of the standard format, where playing Nexus of Fate meant your deck was incredibly sweet and a meme, and you had to, like, set up Primal Amulet to take infinite turns. Anybody else remember when taking infinite turns was a novelty instead of the norm? When you did it, everyone was like, yeah, that's really cool. Instead of like, what are you doing? Get out of here. I remember. I feel like the Wizards design team needs to ask themselves the question less, are there a lot of decks in this metagame? And ask themselves the question more, does this spark joy? I feel like that's the disconnect. The disconnect is we don't have enough things that spark joy. Because there's definitely a lot of decks in the format, but many of them fail to spark joy. Don't worry, we're not both going to be rank 121 for long. Get it? Personally, I'm most excited for when they blink of an eye this Prison Realm and counter a spell with this Frilled Mystic again. She bought a ton of storage shelves. We still have a bunch of, so Christy and I bought this house in January. And we still have a bunch of stuff taking up a third of my garage that, we have a bunch of boxes taking up a third of my garage right now that still have yet to be sorted through. Christy claims she's gonna clear them by the end of the summer, but I'm not sure if I believe that. Sounds like marriage.
I think you will find my notes
Maury determined that was... I mean, I think there's actually stuff in the garage that, like, was in the garage at the old house that we lived in for 4 years. That, like, got moved from the townhouse we had lived in before that, or rented before that. I'm, like, pretty sure. We're super dead. Links, thank you for the quarter year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great Friday. And Red Tech, thanks for the 14 months. Oh, that was rough. All right, I think we're gonna have a no reclamation rule for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna concede. And for the rest of this deck there's no way this deck's beating Reclamation. The red deck might be able to up next. If we queue into Reclamation again with this deck, I'm just gonna concede and find another match. Red's a real. Thank you for shipping your Prime this week, and I appreciate that. Welcome back. My deck's like 40%, my deck's like 70% mana, so I'm gonna keep this. Hashtag YOLO. I'm pretty confident we're close to the bottom of Mythic anyways, so, you know. Whew. It's a good one. It's a good one. Hashtag never didn't have it. I get by with a little help from my friends. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And we just need to find a third land so we can Reclaimer up a Lotus Field. And then this makes 3 mana. Then we can start pumping these bad Mamma Jamma X spells out. Oh, we're so good at this. Why are we so good at this, chat? Why are we so good at this? Get my O3. Isn't he great? Do you love my O3? Listen, my deck, when I said my deck was 70% mana, I wasn't lying. That was a factual statement, okay? Yeah, I agree, Ghosted. If banning Teferi would not resolve my qualms with the format, Reclamation would need to go too. The only reason Reclamation has the smaller percentages it has is because Teferi helps keep it at bay. Oh no! They can give an attacking vampire enough to kill my Grazer. Do it, you coward, do it! He shall die honorably! Wow! Look at the complete and total disrespect for my Arboreal Grazer. Just absolutely none. Alright, so I can pay 2, get a field, and then I have 1, 3, 5. So I think I'm just gonna pass here. I'm gonna pass, and hopefully they attack into my Reclaimer, not realizing that it can jump up to a 3/4. Are there any board or tabletop games you currently play? We do, we do board games on occasion in the house. These are some of our favorites from the last year. in the Hogland household. We got him, chat. We got him. Activated our trap card. Yeah, Reclaimer was summoned except last turn. I would like that one, please. Trigger. Yep. Gobble, gobble. Alright, so we got 7 mana next turn. Oh, no. Yikes, how the mighty have fallen. One of your finest tutus, please. One of your finest tutus. I mean, the good news is, like, we have the board locked down, right? Like, this 3/4 checks the Vanguard. It doesn't check the Vanguard, actually, right? Because the Vanguard jumps up to... I guess I should have attacked them. Baby shark tutu 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 baby shark tutu 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 baby shark. Do 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 do. Woof. I think we did, fam. I think we have died. I guess this is a 3/4 as well. So we can, like, double the Champion of Dusk. Reclaimer Lotus Field has surprised me with how good it is. Champion of Dusk is sweet. I've seen a couple of the MPL players playing Vampire decks, and Champion of Dusk, especially off of Sorin, has looked very impressive. I do, however, feel like I should consider reporting my opponent because their name is Jeremy Goblins, and I feel like I've been misled. I feel like I've been misled. Oh. Vampires are goblin adjacent. I don't believe you. Alright, so we're hoping to draw an untapped land next turn so we can play Hydroid Krasis for 4. And even then, we're probably still going to be in a little bit of trouble. I mean, goblins could be vampires, right? I mean, I could technically cast that Nissa. I have so many lands to turn into 3/3s here. So many lands that could be 3/3s, chat. What's the line? The fact this is a 5/5 probably means we're dead. Yeah, let's go to the next one. You know, it's not limited just to ones from this season either. We played these Bant manipulation decks last season too, and I've been pretty consistently underwhelmed by this archetype whenever we've played it on stream. It's always felt kind of clunky and awkward. Yeah, they posted a few results, but every time I've played with them, it's just kind of been like, eh. So my mother says about me, clunky and awkward. You probably describe a lot of Magic players that way, to be fair. Okie doke. We just bottom max. We don't have too many lands to go with it. There's Druid on 2, Kiora on 3. Sweet. So we can go Kiora into second Incubation Druid on 3 now. Yeah, opening Lotus Field's been kind of bad. I could see with the what's it called that searched up, I could see going down to 2 fields being fine. Searching up fields been pretty consistent for us.
You don't mind if I take my octopus for the ocean surges, life thrives.
Life thrives. Marvin Fane. Do 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 do. Marvin Fane.
Ebb and flow battle.
Do 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 do. Beep do 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 beep beep beep. The
Ripples and grows.
Lotus Field plus Nissa has been a little bit awkward, and that tension's probably a bad thing,
I will aid
just because like it feels like that like Nissa is one of the more powerful things this archetype gets to be doing, so like making that awkward doesn't seem ideal. Oh no. We tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it doesn't even matter anymore. It's not indestructible. It's hexproof. If it was indestructible, you're right, we'd be fine. But it's not indestructible, it's hexproof.
back to the depths.
Hey, look, a Lotus Field I can't play. Oh, Magic the Gathering. It's a heck of a game. Heck of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Incredibly low variance. That's true. That's true. We were complaining we didn't have things to go with Nissa, and my deck was just like, Jeff, I hear ya. I've got your back. We're not 70% lands. I said we're 70% mana. I didn't use Nissa to get 2 more because I wanted to have creatures to block. So like now I get to have a 6/6, a 3/3, and a 3/5 to block. Meow. I agree, Cat. I agree, buddy. Things aren't looking very good for us, buddy. They're looking tough for the home team here. Alright, alright. I mean, we're getting a 3/3 every turn, but so are they. So it's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. How much is it for the cat? I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to know. I'm pretty sure someone could tell me a dollar amount, but honestly, I'm happier not knowing how much it cost me. Dang it, don't take this away from me, chat. Ignorance is bliss. Don't you put actual dollars next to the gems that I've spent. That's the whole point of a confusing in-game currency. It's to make it so it's harder for me to figure out what I've spent. Phew! I'm glad they had Champion Dust as their last card. But I was worried we might have been winning there for a second. Wait, does that do it? I think that does it. I think we ramp decked them. 9, 11, 13. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. $11, 13, 15.
The land fights for us.
This is my ramp deck. My ramp deck's amazing. Right, 12, 15, X is 13. For glory! Welcome to Thunderdome, opponent. Enjoy your stay. I'm working this weekend, Flab. I plan to be on for my normal day tomorrow morning. I'm gonna be live from 8 to 5, 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, it's also, you get 2 2s and 4 4s. It's okay, buddy. Things are working out. Calm down. All right. That worked out. I think I'm okay with how we boarded. Yeah, I'm okay with how we boarded. Let's do it. Our deck is basically Tron, from Modern, for those that are familiar with that. It's real obnoxious. You're like, losing, losing, losing. Oops, make more things. Alright, that's a pretty good one. Oblivion Stone and Ugin frequently win games as single cards. Ulamog often does as well. I've been a vegetarian for a little over a decade. Started the summer I was 17. The summer of hair. I had many summers of hair. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is this Kiora dead? This Kiora might be dead. Wow. Respect level none. Was the catalyst that made me become a vegetarian. I'm not a big fan of the texture of a lot of meat. And I started living on my own the summer I was 17. So that meant I was preparing most of my own food or buying most of my own food. I thought it would be incredibly rude to tell my mother I wasn't going to eat the food that she bought or made. Just kind of put up with meat until I was able to do that. All right, so I think this is like Nissa and then Kiora, undiddle this, Prison Realm, the Knight, and then, gosh. So I think I actually want to plus Nissa on nothing. Because if I wait to plus Nissa, if I wait to make this a creature, sorry, I can get extra mana next turn, which would be nice.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
And because you can't Nissa untap a land that's already a creature, yeah. Yeah, put 3/1/1 counters on one target non-creature land. Can we die if we don't plus this? I don't think so. Is there reach in their deck? Like Sorin does 3 damage, I guess. I guess Sorin killed now because Sorin doesn't kill me, right? Because I'm gonna Krasis this turn. That's why I'm waiting.
Let's get moving. The land shall conquer you.
So like do this for 8. Gain 4. And then, we might be able to do this next turn, right? It says 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I draw a land, we can do this next turn. Really hoping to draw a forest. I think I want to block like this so I don't die to Sorin next turn. And I'm just hoping to draw a forest. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have to shock myself. I have to shock myself if I want to... If I want a finale for a bunch this turn. And I don't think that's worth it, right? Because then I die to Sorin. It's not. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. And then if I put this into play tap, this is only 10, 11. Yeah, I'm only counting it once. I'm counting the untap. I think I just deputy the lieutenants. Again, I feel like I'm in a position where I'm far enough ahead that I just want to think about how do I lose this game? And I think the answer to the question, how do I lose this game, is something like that happening.
The ocean surges, life thrives. The land fights for us.
Yeah, I think that's a good situation where, like, it's easy to just pop this off for 11 and then, like, hope they don't draw it. But I think I can play around them having Sorin, so it's smart to do so. Alright, so thoughts on what this is doing so far. Where's it at? I feel like I just want to get more constructed playable cards in this deck. So I feel like this Blossoming Dryad and this Crucible of Worlds is just like kind of hot nonsense. I think I want another Reclaimer and other Llanowar Elves. Like, Llanowar Elves is great. Reclaimer's been really good for us. I think especially because we're going up a Reclaimer, I think I want to go down a Lotus Field just because, like, I have this as a way to search it up, so that seems fine. And then what do I probably want to add another land in. Probably want to add another land in. You have 15 there. Honestly, it's probably just another forest. Would a Blast Zone or a Mobilized District be good instead of a Reclaimer? A Mobilized District's probably not bad. I feel like we'd probably use that. I like that. I like that idea. There's a Blast Zone on the sideboard. I think the Blast Zone on the board is fine. I think I like Mobilized District. Biogenic Ooze doesn't sound bad. I like Bio Ooze. That's like a card that's like good when you have piles of mana, but like is also fine otherwise. I think that's fine. I think I want like a little more. This is nice too because it's like a mid-range payoff too. Like you just have like double accelerant, you can Bio Ooze quickly, which is nice. Is it crazy to just cut this card? Is it nuts to just not play it? Maybe can I just sideboard it? This card's like only really good against like the Dread Horde decks, right? That's the place it really shines. I think I prefer that. I really feel like this card helps alleviate some of this deck's ramp deck problems in that it's a thing that's like really good when you have infinite mana, but it's also really good when you don't have a ton of mana. We've got a Blast Zone here. I don't know. I could just like put these in the sideboard. That doesn't seem unreasonable. Trim A, negate. We'll just do two. I'll leave two on the board. Rename it to Bant Ramp. Let's do one more. Let's do one more like this. See how it feels. So, I don't think the blue finale is good in this deck. So the blue finale just draws you more cards. I don't want my payoffs to just draw me cards. I want my payoffs to actually win the game. Like, what am I drawing into if I blue finale and, like, draw a bunch of cards, right? If I'm already dumping, like, 12 mana into something, why can't the thing I'm dumping 12 mana into just win the game on its own? Green finale could be funny. That could be funny. I don't know. I like the idea of Biogenic Ooze. I like that Biogenic Ooze is something that I could do on turn 3, and like turn 3 Ooze sometimes steals games on its own. Like, Ooze is probably the closest thing to playing more copies of Nissa, and Nissa's kind of the dumbest thing your deck can do quickly, right? Which I kind of like. Sure, but I'm not even playing 4 copies of the white finale mail. So like, why would I want to play a finale hoping to draw the other finale if I'm not even maxed on the finale I'm hoping to draw yet? Like, maybe if I wanted to play 6 finales of glory, I'd play 4 plus 2 blue ones, but that doesn't seem very good. It does not. Finale of Devastation does not give trample, so it does not guaranteed win on the spot. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. This is like just too much beef, not enough ramp. Yikes. Yikes. Instant regret. Major regret. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think if I wanted more dedicated go big win cons, this is probably the best dedicated go win big con. And again, I'm not even playing 4 of this card. So like, finding second best win cons, I'm not even playing 4 of the best ones, seems like some hot nonsense. Or as I like to call it, peak Magic player. Wait, the brought back is the payback for the downtime on Tuesday? That's another thing that always got me about WotC. Whenever they have like a major technical flub, they're always super greedy with how much compensation they give out. It's like, this digital product like really doesn't cost you anything. Like, you should be extra generous with it when you like have a flub that disrupts people's experience. I think I want these in this matchup. It seems fine. It's like when the Mox crashes on Magic Online and everybody loses their entire Saturday. You're just like, oh, here's 3 booster packs. Please come back again. Oh, yikes. Yikes. So many ramp cards and none of them in sight. Need more forest, yep. Please deliver all of the forest to me.
Don't miss me too much.
Turret got Eternal Oketra deck? That's wild. Huh. They were like... They played like a bunch of Planeswalkers last game, right? I mean, our deck has 28 lands in it, Volpert. So again, as often people do, whether or not your mana base is greedy or silly isn't determined by your spells, it's determined by your counts. So this Memorial to Genius isn't a land, it's basically taking a spell slot. So instead of thinking about that Memorial to Genius as a greedy land, think about it as a conservative spell. Because if it was a spell, it wouldn't make mana. It's there because we have a card that allows us to tutor various lands up out of our deck. I think I just block here. And take 11 and go to 3. I think we're dead. Yeah, I don't know. Changes or not. And we had some games with some interesting decisions when everything kind of lined up right, but this archetype, just like last season, kind of continues to just like underwhelm me. I feel like this deck is very emotionally satisfying to play because it's a deck where it's an archetype where when you win, you go way up over the top of your opponent in a way that like feels amazing. But when you lose very quickly. So your wins are very large and satisfying and your losses are fast and brutal and forgettable. So I feel like this is the kind of deck where like it feels much better than it actually is. Because every time I've played this archetype, I've walked away from my experience being like, this doesn't seem very